Hi everybody, Peter Gauthier here, and this is your flip tip for the day. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to actually have some help in your business? Have you ever wondered, or have you ever felt like that you're just so busy getting minutia done that you can't get really the big items done? Well, if you're having those kind of thoughts and feelings, you're not alone. And so it means that you need an assistant, you need a helper in your business. Now, I know what you're thinking. Pete, I don't want to be responsible for a helper. I don't want to have to, figure out what I'm going to have them do, and I'm afraid I'm not going to have enough for them to do. Look, I get all of that. And I was the same way. When I first started in my real estate business, I was scared to death to hire a helper. And I didn't want to be responsible for them. I didn't want to have a monthly or a weekly or a daily obligation to what I was going to have to, pay them. And so I was scared. And so what I want to encourage you to do is this. Face your fear and go ahead and get your assistant. And look, here's how to do it. And here's how to do it without breaking the bank. Okay, just run a simple one-line ad in Craigslist looking for part-time help. And it goes like this. Now, here's what mine sounded like. And you can use mine, you can make up your own or whatever, but I put a one-line ad on Craigslist under part-time help wanted. And it was stay-at-home mom needed for light admin work, and I was willing to pay $15 an hour for that. And I got to tell you, when I ran that ad, I had to turn it off after about 20 minutes. I had so many people just desperate for, just for some type of a job. Now, look, I live in a big city. I live in Washington, D.C., and there are a lot of very, very sharp men and women that have left the workplace, and they're either home caring for kids and whatnot, but very well educated and just desirous of 1 or 2 days a week, even 4 hours or 6 hours a week, just to have some real human interaction, have some meeting, and have something fun to do and work on in an office setting. And I got to tell you, the quality of the candidate that applied when I ran that ad was absolutely fantastic. Now, I've spoken all over the country, and I've actually had people run that ad live as I was speaking at the events, and they all said, "Oh my goodness, it really works." So put it out there, and the great thing about it is you're not making any commitments when it's just a part-time worker on Craigslist, and all you're doing is just saying, "Hey guys and girls, if I've got a project, are you willing to step up, and I'll give you $15 an hour to do it." And so anyway, put that one in your hip pocket. Now, what are the types of things you can have a helper do? You can have a helper take calls. You can have a helper actually call motivated sellers back and actually go through your questionnaire with the motivated sellers before you ever talk to them. I want to tell you that I did that with one of my assistants, and it worked like gangbusters, because my assistant was able to, cast me as the expert. And so when I would actually call the motivated sellers, instead of it being a cold call, they were warmed up to me, and my assistant had said, "Oh, Pete's really good at this," or "Pete's really good at that." And so it was a very, very powerful response. And very often I'd have people when I would call them say, "Oh, I've been waiting for your call, thank you for calling." And so it really tips the scales in your favor, when you've got your sellers that are anxious for you to call them, as opposed to, you fearfully, being the one to pick up the phone and make the first dial. So that's one great way to use your assistant. Another way I would encourage you to use an assistant is to put consistency into your marketing. Put them in charge of the marketing, give them the steps, and give them the campaigns you want run, and then turn them loose, and then tell them what you expect from them in that regard. But anyway, there's lots more that you can have an assistant do, but those are just a couple to get you started. But the big thing is, I wanted to share with you that story so that it would help remove the fear, so you could actually pull the trigger and get that assistant working for you, and working for you right away. All right, Peter Gauthier, I'm signing off for now, and good luck in your real estate business. We'll talk to you soon. And by the way, watch out for our Flipping Homes calls, because we'd like to stay connected with you. All right, Peter Gauthier signing out.